Well, I would like you to imagine a situation. Have you at any point in your school, in your college, or at your workplace ever faced a situation like this? Wherein your teacher or your boss at work has asked you to give a good presentation on a particular topic in front of a group of people. What are the feelings that you go to? Do you feel challenged, anxious, nervous, or you feel like hiding under the bed and never coming out again? Well, if you go through such feelings, this is a video tutorial I would really urge you to watch out for. Welcome to this video on Discussion Zone. Today we are going to talk in detail about how to give a good presentation and an effective presentation. Let's get started. Let's see what is there on the agenda today. We will talk about what is the presentation, what are the steps of good presentation, anatomy of successful presentation, and that's the crux of our model today, and how to structure your presentation and handling the questions from the audience. Well, this is what is in the store for us today, and I am very excited to teach you because this is my one of personal favorite topics. So let's get started. What is presentation? What do you exactly mean by the word presentation? Let's look at that. A lot of people actually have a nightmare when it comes to giving a presentation in a room full of people. It is not an easy task. I must say, when I started training a couple of years back, I had to give a presentation in front of a room of people. I felt dizzy as well as nervous and my hands started to sweat. Well, this is a phenomenon which happens with most of the people. They get a nightmare about giving a presentation. We have to define what exactly is a presentation. See, it is a process of presenting the content of a topic through an audience. It utilizes some kind of visual aid. It is generally a PowerPoint file containing all the slides for a given content or a speech. You need to put things together on a slide and place it in front of an audience. That is exactly what we mean by the term presentation. Secondly, the construction of a presentation. Whenever your teacher at school or your boss at work has given you this entire project of making a presentation, the first thing you need to do is make a strategy. What is expected out of you? Presentation need to be clear, so you need to ask yourself certain question bridges. You should know the audience and their expectations. You should tailor your presentation according to the audience. Obviously, presentation is all about the audience and it is not about you. Hence, you must know what part of the society they from and what kind of language they speak. When you know your audience, you will be able to completely tailor the presentation according to their requirement. You need to be concrete, the specific, practical and relevant meaning. Your presentation should not be out of the box, which has to be brief and to the point. You need to be clear, and rather I would say be crystal clear on what is the purpose of your presentation, and accordingly you need to make your presentation. Research your topic thoroughly. A presentation can be a complete disaster if you do not have researched your topic completely. You need to know in and out of the topic. Moving on to the next step, which is developing a flexible and a flowing structure. For that, you need to organize all the material in a very structured manner. Your study may yield a lot of information, but with all this data, you cannot give a presentation. You need to edit it, you must polish it to the high degree, and never assume that information will speak by itself. You are the presenter and you need to speak on the particular topic. A presentation will not talk by itself. Audience might interrupt the information in a different ways. Everybody has a different mindset, and what you are actually trying to say to a presentation, people might not understand that. So it's important you need to clear it out to the audience. Currently people attention spans are quite limited. People will look at you or rather listen to you for only 2 to 3 minutes and then decide whether they actually want to listen to you or not. Now since it's very easy to give a one-sided presentation wherein you are only talking and your audience is not reacting or responding, a good presentation is one side. It is important to ensure that your audience is also engaged. And I would like to inform you, a presentation style and personal confidence are as important as the actual content of your presentation. The slides on your presentation as well as your presentation style is really crucial. Let's look at certain ideas. So your presentation style should have a lot of energy and enthusiasm. If I stand here and talk to you in a very dull and boring voice, would you like to listen to me? I do not think so. Hence it is important there has to be a lot of attention to your body language. The way you stand in front of an audience, you should not lean in any particular direction, and you should never stand with your hands in your pocket or hand folded across your chest. It is a negative or a close body language. You should not speak in the same boring monotonous tone. There has to be a high and a low and stressing on the right words and the right tones. A presentation becomes very dull and boring if there is no humor in it. So crack some jokes. Even if your jokes are dumb, it's really help to connect with your audience rather than making a one-sided speech which nobody would like to hear. You also need to prepare for contingencies. There must be a plan B. What if something does not go right? What if there is a technical failure, or your laptop is not working, or your pen drive has conked off? Probably the speakers are not working. There always has to be a plan B in your presentation. Finally, how do you deal with the questions that are coming from the audience? It's important that you anticipate the queries and prepare the responses in advance. You will never know when you might use which information. Hence, do a lot of research and collect a lot of information. Let's have a look at start preparing earlier. Don't wait to the last minute, and that happens to most of us. We take a lot of leisure time and preparing the presentation till the last minute comes. So start preparing earlier as much as possible. We have discussed a lot in terms of how to give a good presentation. Hope you like this video. Please don't forget to share the comments. Thank you.